Nigerian filmmaker Joe Aihende, popularly called MJ, makes a comeback to Nollywood with a new flick, Amara, starring actors Anthony Monjaro, Ali Nuhu, Von Jegede, and a host of others. Let's bring you details now.
After about 8 years away from the Nigerian movie industry, Nigerian filmmaker Joe Aihende, popularly known as MJ, has made a stunning comeback to the scene with his new flick, Amara. The movie, which focuses on the effect of cultural shock that plagues unsuspecting immigrants, was shot in Lagos and Zurich.
Good evening, Auntie.
I thought you had been kidnapped.
By who?
By somebody who saw me bringing a beautiful lady.
Like Nnamdi came to Nigeria to look for a wife. You understand? When he came, he just said, I'll just come here, take a wife and go. You understand? But he did not take time or take his time to explain to the future bride how things are out there. You understand? You came, got married to a professional banker. And you took her out there. You started to have problem in the house. You want her to go and get a job. She's telling you that, no, I can't work as a cleaner. I'm a professional banker in Nigeria with banking experience. But this problem or this scenario was not explained to the future bride before you brought her abroad. It's like you just brought her and you dump it on her. Okay, we don't have money in the house again. Go and look for work. Then you became aggressive and became violent.
I work as a bloody supervisor in a restaurant. And believe me, I did not start as a supervisor.
Don't talk about it. I've said all I need to say. And that's my final decision.
No, it's not. I am your wife, not just a maid you hired to...
Don't you ever talk back at me.
Amara blends a cast of Nigerian and European actors, including Anthony Monjaro, Aliu Nuhu, Yvonne Jegede alongside Marco Zubendi, Sirak Moore, and Uganda actress Jennifer Molinde Schmid, who has enjoyed a successful acting career in Europe as the title character.
The food, and we'll break away from there and have the next one. So that's the first part, is separate. So
Yeah,
that's when food is on the table with you guys. So we can actually go ahead and start chatting this. Now the orders. I don't understand this clearly.
When I was casting, I came to Nigeria, talked to a couple of them, and they said, okay, give me the script. They read it. The response especially from the main actors, was very good. I only had problem with the female, because actually I wanted a Nigerian girl to play the leading role, Amara, which eventually I casted Jennifer Molinde Schmid. The choice of Molinde Schmid was also because I did not get the person that I really wanted to play that role. Why she was the second choice? She's from Africa, and she's big in Europe. You understand? So I said, okay, if I cannot get the Genevieve or the Dominic, why not use a black actress that is well known in Europe? So I took Jennifer and the rest top cast from Nigeria.
Hello, Amara.
Hi, sweetie.
Where are you?
At home?
What are you doing now?
Nothing much. I'm just cleaning the kitchen.
Then you must be invisible because I am standing in the kitchen in front of all this mess and I can't see you.
He's there. Namdi. What can I do?
The movie has been selected for a world premiere at the Zurich Film Festival in Switzerland. A move MJ hopes will further open up Nollywood to the mainstream European market.
If he knows what's good for him,
What's the problem, Namdi?
if he craves for a Nigerian woman, he should go back to Nigeria and marry her.
Anyway, I've been living in Switzerland for pretty long, and when when I started to involve myself in Nollywood. You understand? That was when I have this idea to export Nollywood, and it's not the first time that I'm doing that. You know, with my first production back in the days, it was also premiered in Zurich, heavily supported by the Nigerian embassy then. And I've done quite a lot of the premiere of other films from Nigeria in Switzerland. The film from Kunle Afolayan, Stephanie Okereke, I premiere Figurine, I premiere Through the Glass back in the days. You know, exporting Hollywood itself was encouraged by the challenges I have premiering this movie, because actually, apart from premiere them, I want them to be distributed in Europe. You know, so they complain about a lot of things which I learned from and I inculcate in this my own production.
He believes the quality of African film is good enough for mainstream consumption if the stories are told in a manner fit for European consumption.
I see you.
It's 8:32. Stop, leave. Before all this Lagos girls don't catch up the better man for jail. Let's go!
Nigerian film are still, they still have underground followership. You understand? Why we have that problem is because we've not come to the mainstream. They complain about circumstances in the film itself, which it would take them more than undertitling to explain to the European. For example, they don't know what youth service is, or all those kind of things. You understand? But if it is a common African culture that is problem that is well known that we dramatize, it will be very, very easier to distribute them in Europe.
What are you doing?
Getting rid of this.
He's jealous because of a pizza?
Amara movie is the story of a 42-year-old Nigerian man living in Europe who, after a failed marriage to a European woman, decides to return to his native country, Nigeria, in search of a wife. He gets entangled in a triangle with two female bankers. One wants him at all cost, while the other is indifferent.
Tell your husband to leave my wife alone. If he knows what's good for him.
What's the problem now, Lee?
If he craves for a Nigerian woman, he should go back to Nigeria and marry one.
What's that all about?
He's gone. He's driven off.
I will not go back there.
Still talking movies, the founder of the African Movie Academy Awards, Peace Anya Mosigwe, has expressed optimism at the rate at which the African movie practitioners continue to integrate. The AMAA founder, who started the Film in a Box project a couple of years ago to help African film cross borders, says a cross-border collaboration within the various film industries on the continent, as seen in movies like Kunle Afolayan's CEO, Aihende from South Africa, and The Cursed One from Ghana, is a positive development for the continent's motion picture industry.
I mean, this year was quite interesting in Amara. We had a Best Actor who was a Nigerian, but for a South African film, Aihende, OCUKJ, and also Ohis Ochiro for The Cursed One, which was a Ghanaian film. So even if they had won, even though if they had been Nigerians and won, they would not have been winning for a Nigerian film. It would have been a South African film or a Ghanaian film. And I think it also makes people want to go out and watch the films more. And I think that's important. We've got to learn to watch African films across. Nigeria has managed that a lot, but other African countries are having a really hard time in getting other people to watch their films within the continent.